Unfortunately, the fun police have arrived at my door, sirens blaring, and they're demanding that I give a statement defending my crime of enjoying Palworld. Palworld is a game that's become more popular than Stanley Cups right now, with an absolute explosion onto the scene, selling over 7 million copies in less than a week and reaching a concurrent player count of over 2 million, which is the second highest peak Steam has ever seen, second only to PUBG, which is a game that was so popular that it was basically bigger than the Bible for a while. And another thing that really helped with this is the price point. Palworld is under $30. Meanwhile, every Pokemon game, even the older ones like Sword and Shield and Let's Go Pikachu, are still $60. And yet Palworld offers 20 times the amount of content and 20 times the fun of these modern Game Freak Pokemon games. It's a better deal. If you've been watching any of my streams over the last few days, or even just over the last few days, I've uploaded 3 videos on this bad boy. It's pretty clear this thing makes me smile. I've got some childlike whimsy when it comes to Palworld. It's extremely rare for me to get as invested in a game as I have with Palworld. The game is surprisingly deep. It's more of a survival game that has a Pokemon element to it for creature catching, and I just love the entire package here. It's in early access, so it's expectedly buggy and glitches out the wazoo with so many flaws and so many problems, but it has so many elements in it that are done well enough and haven't really been blended together successfully in the past that it feels unique and really fun. The thing it gets compared to most besides Pokemon is Ark, and Ark is a game that I found so boring that it would probably cure anyone's insomnia if they were exposed to it for more than 15 minutes. It's also non-functional. I tried to play Ark on stream because my friends and I wanted to build up a really nice crew and eventually raid the devs in the game, but I couldn't even play it on stream because it's so infested with hackers. Anytime I went to a server, a hacker would go in and shut it down and kick us out for 10 minutes. So I couldn't even play that fucking thing. And Palworld just works. Like, even when the servers do go down from stress, they're only down for like 5 minutes tops. Whereas in Ark, if you get into a server within 5 minutes, you've just done a speedrun world record. Now, I know I'm kind of gushing grannies about Palworld right off rip, but I want to make it clear I really like the game. So the drama was quite the head-scratcher for me. So let's get into the actual meat of the subject. Palworld is exploding right now, one of the most popular games there is, and there is so much controversy around it, with tons of people trying to make anyone that likes it feel bad for liking it, making all kinds of arguments against it, and I want to go through each and every one of these because I find it to be really surprising that this is where we're at right now, and in the beginning of 2024, that we're mad at bootleg Pokemon here for doing what Game Freak refuses to do: innovate. So, I've been very vocal about my distaste for Game Freak's work over the last decade and some change. I think Game Freak is the laziest developers in the world. They get the task once every couple years to go in and copy and paste their last Pokemon game with no real effort, and somehow they still fuck it up every time. The modern Pokemon games have been the same formula. They haven't changed anything. When they've tried with Arceus, they didn't really go full hog wild with it. They dipped their toes into a couple of ideas and then fucking fell flat on it with mediocre execution. They're too afraid and not talented enough to actually use the Pokemon formula to deliver anything high quality. Multi-billion-dollar franchise, the most fucking lucrative franchise in human history, and the Pokemon games still look like they're made by middle school students as part of some kind of computer science project. It's embarrassing. Like Scarlet and Violet barely even fucking worked. And now we have Palworld that comes out from basically an indie studio that does Pokemon so much better. It should be celebrated that Pokemon is finally being realized for the potential of the concept. There is so much you can do with this, and Palworld is showcasing it, which is why it's so popular. So we shouldn't be content just accepting the sewage, the absolute rotten sludge that Game Freak feeds us when it comes to its Pokemon games, because now we've tasted delicacy with Palworld, and it's so far from perfect, but it's still so much better than anything Game Freak has done recently. It's not even a competition. But anyway, sorry, I keep getting off on tangents right away, but I'm clearly pretty passionate about this topic. So the first thing people immediately started to target Palworld for is the obvious, that it's extraordinarily derivative of Pokemon even from its designs. There are so many pals in Palworld that are basically a carbon copy of Pokemon, just with the color changed. It's actually the meme of, copy my homework, but don't make it too obvious, you know? and then you get the homework and the only thing that changes is the name on the paper, but it's still the same. Admittedly, that is the case with some of the pals in the game. Not all of them, not even most of them, but a small chunk of them, for sure, are very clearly borrowing many design elements from their Pokemon counterparts. So much so that my friends and I often refer to those pals by their Pokemon name, because they're so close. Now, this has gone a little bit chaotic on Twitter, where people are calling things that don't look similar copies. So a big one was Pinking in Palworld being compared to the Penguin counterparts in Pokemon. And these two don't look even remotely similar. They just take the concept of an Emperor Penguin and do something silly with it in different ways. This tweet sums it up nicely by saying that this actually showcases Palworld putting effort into changing a design concept around and making it their own. So it is a legitimate criticism to dislike how derivative some of the designs are and how it clearly borrows maybe too closely to quite a few of them. But it got out of control with people just saying that for every pal in the game when it's just absolutely not the case. But this is a legitimate criticism that I think is totally reasonable to have and hold against Palworld. I too would like if their designs were a little bit more unique, for sure. That is one of my complaints about the game. Does it ruin my enjoyment of it? Absolutely not. It definitely doesn't. Is it a bit of a blemish on it? For sure. But now let's get into the ones that I think have absolutely no merit whatsoever. One of the major things people were saying day one with Palworld is that it's just an asset flip. This was a perspective shared by many that decided not to turn their brain on for the day, and they went viral with people pumping their fists like, yeah, it is an asset flip. This was a big one, saying that it was creatively bankrupt and poorly put together asset flip of a game. This was another one saying that 10 years ago, an asset flip game like this would have been relentlessly ridiculed, and also called it generative AI slop. We'll get into all the AI can of worms here in just a minute. But let's start with this asset flip component. Now, in the first tweet, calling it creatively bankrupt, that's totally fine to say that. Like I said, there are a lot of designs that are very clearly borrowed from Pokemon, but overall, the product is not creatively bankrupt. I haven't seen a Pokemon with Guns style game that has survival elements that are blended together pretty well with a really large world with quite a lot to do in it. Granted, a lot of times, a lot of the biomes of the world are super barren and empty, but overall, I'd say that I haven't really seen any other games like Palworld, so I definitely wouldn't call it creatively bankrupt, but maybe he's playing some real heaters behind the scenes that aren't released yet. But anyway, calling it an asset flip, I think is some absolute smooth brain nonsense. Either you don't know what an asset flip game is, or you're just baiting engagement through being incendiary for the sake of some numbers on your tweets. There's just no way anyone genuinely thinks that about this game. I am a connoisseur of asset flips. If you watch my streams, you know I do something called Bad Game Night, where I'll go through Steam's new releases and play games that nobody has ever heard of, looking for the stinkiest, most foul abominations game engines are capable of pumping out, and most of those games are legitimate asset flips. What it means is, the game is composed entirely of store-bought assets, and everything is just jumbled together into an absolute mess that kind of works. Usually what it is some kind of open-world zombie horde shooter. That's your most notable culprit, your most common offender of being an asset flip. It just takes things from the Unreal Engine store, it takes the guns, the character, sets you in there, and you just randomly shoot zombies and other assets that charge at you, and that's the whole game. That's a fucking asset flip, and there's varying degrees of it, but that's your most egregious example. Palworld should not even be in the same sentence as asset flip. Does it use assets? Absolutely. You know what else does? Everything else. Every other game in existence uses assets to different degrees. Palworld is no exception there. There is clearly assets there, but it's not the bulk of the game. It's not entirely composed of it or anything like that. They're used in their product the same way they are in every other major release. It's not a fucking asset flip. And if we're going to play ball with this idea, you know what would absolutely qualify as an asset flip to people that believe this for Palworld? Dark and Darker. Dark and Darker is another game that I absolutely love, and this was a video game industry darling for a little while, and Dark and Darker is almost entirely composed of Unreal Engine assets that they bought and put into their game. They openly state that much of the 3D graphics assets were purchased from the Unreal Marketplace, and there are tons of links to them in the store that they used in their game. It's a ton of assets they used in it. Significantly more than Palworld. Why did I not hear a whole bunch of hoopla about Dark and Darker being an asset flip? That's weird. It seems really selective to just choose Palworld for this. It doesn't make any sense. You clearly haven't played the game and were grasping at straws for something to shit on it for because it's popular, is how it seems. because it is just by no definitions an asset flip. But now let's get into some of the other ones that have been very controversial. A big one is the claim that a lot of it was AI generative. Now, this is a real problem that I think the video game industry is going to be facing very soon, with AI being integrated into games in a way that's going to be extremely scary going forward, take a lot of jobs, and produce a lot of slop. I think that is absolutely right around the corner. But right now, there is no proof at all that AI was used in any way in Palworld. Right now, all that evidence is based off the developer, as well as a couple of statements I believe the CEO made in a previous project. There's a PC Gamer article going over this as well that talks about how this AI claim is right now just based off of hunches. There's a ton of people playing Super Sleuth right now and investigating whether or not AI was used, and at the moment there's no substantiated evidence to back up any claims that AI was used in this project at all. Now, if it does come out that AI was used in this game, that will certainly change my impression of it. I am not looking forward to the future where AI is replacing real human ingenuity in entertainment. I am very much dreading that. It's extremely concerning to imagine that future where all of your entertainment is just part of an algorithm that the AI knows that you're going to enjoy and clap and spit up at. So if it does come out that Palworld used AI in a big capacity during its development, obviously that's going to change how I feel about the game, 100%. But right now, again, there is no proof of AI being used here, and yet some people are singing it like it's the gospel and 100% confirmed and true, based off nothing. Which is basically Twitter in a nutshell, to be honest. Now let's get to one that I actually found to be the most interesting at the time. There was a Twitter thread that came out talking about how the models are exactly the same in Palworld to some of the Pokemon counterparts, basically insinuating that they kind of just took the models and tweaked them slightly but kept everything else intact. That they copied the models and made exact replicas. Which would be a big deal. If they took that and copied it for their game, that would probably open them up to a huge lawsuit from Nintendo, because that is literally just stealing their work. But then this morning, it turns out that the person that was posting all the threads going over, like, how the models are the exact same meshes and everything, was a bunch of hooey. It was a load of dirty barnacles. It turns out they were actually doing, like, some dubious scaling in order to make them fit, so it wasn't exact meshes or copies or anything like that. And they even openly admitted that they feel regretful for calling it exact and this and that. And then they posted a pinned tweet saying this. I am doing this because I think it's disgusting how much Palworld glorifies animal abuse. What in tarnation? What the hell is even that? That is a load of poop with some fart on it. You're doing this because Palworld glorifies animal abuse. It's a video game. Someone also pointed out that Pokemon is literally sanitized cockfighting, which it is. I mean, you're making the animals fight each other, and they respond saying, I think that's bad too. So then where is this energy for Pokemon? Like, it doesn't compute. I can't tell if they're just trolling or not, but they have so many threads about how Palworld copied the exact meshes and, you know, insinuating that there's so much foul play there that it feels weird if it'd be satirical, because you went through so much effort to, like, take down Palworld with these claims, or like attempt to. It's so odd. It's a video game. It's not real. There's no animal abuse, and it's not promoting it. No kid's gonna play Palworld and go out, find some kind of exotic animal, and make it work in the mines. Like, that's not going to happen. It's, what is happening? What's going on here? So anyway, the claims about the meshes being exact aren't true. However, I wanted to do more digging, because even if you just look at it with the old eyeball test, the meshes of the models in Palworld are super, super similar to the Pokemon ones. The shapes are the same, a lot of the placement of certain appendages and stuff is in the same location. So I did a little sleuthing of my own here, did a little digging around, and I found a YouTuber named GoGo, who is a technical animator, and gave their perspective on this, and talked about why the similarities in the meshes matters. Now, there are differences between them, obviously, like the topology of it is very different from Palworld to Pokemon, but the general shape remains mostly the same, and some of the locations of certain appendages on other models is similar to the Pokemon one, or in the same location. And GoGo explains how this helps with animation. If you're looking to take an animation and bring it over to something else, because the shape stays the same, it makes it simpler and quicker. Now, I want to be clear, Gogo's not pointing the finger here, trying to accuse Palworld of doing anything wrong, and in fact even mentions that Nintendo could easily sue, and they'd already have all of the evidence. They probably would have already sued if this was the case, if Palworld developers were just taking their models and porting the animations over or something. Nintendo would have likely already taken action because the evidence is just right there at your fingertips. It's pretty quick to access. So Gogo's just giving their perspective as an industry veteran here, that these shapes do matter, and since they're so similar, it does open the door to speculation on whether or not the Palworld developers copy and pasted things like the animation or something of that effect. It just leads to speculation on whether or not they're being truthful about creating from scratch. Again, Gogo isn't making any accusations against them, just stating that the shapes are important, even if it's not like exact one-to-one meshes. Just having the shapes be in like the exact same order and same placement is still a big deal in the profession, according to Gogo. Of course, I'm not in the industry, so I don't know, but still pretty interesting nonetheless. And another thing Gogo mentions that I want to mention is that a lot of people have brought up the fact that a lot of Pokemon are based on real-world animals, and thus a lot of the pals in Palworld are based on animals. There's only so many ways of conveying a snake, or a lamb, or a stingray. Like, the shapes there are going to be pretty closely resembling each other, I imagine, because at its core, it's still this real-life animal that we know. So, like, a snake is going to look cylindrical and long across, right? So that could be an explanation for it, but since it is still so close, it does just have that level of speculation to it. Though I do think that argument could also work for shooters as well. So, like, there's only so many ways of conveying a certain gun, right? So I bet if you broke down the mesh and model of a lot of guns, comparing Call of Duty guns to Battlefield guns to any other FPS guns, you'd probably find the meshes look pretty similar there too, and I don't think that indicates that they're just copy and pasting the same shit. But again, I'm not knowledgeable enough on this area to really speak on it with any real authority. I'm just giving my perspective on it. I do agree that there's only so many ways of conveying, like, a snake and shit, but it's really odd how there are very similar elements shared in the mesh to Pokemon counterparts that aren't normally there on a snake. But anyway, there's still no concrete proof that Palworld developers took these meshes and are just copy and pasting this shit behind the scenes. So these were all the main controversial talking points used to shit on Palworld and say that we shouldn't be encouraging it, this game doesn't deserve its success, this and that. And I understand, like, some people being put off by it being too derivative, that's understandable, but a lot of the other things like AI, there's no proof of it even being used in Palworld, and yet it's being used as this gotcha for why Palworld's the ultimate evil. Shit like that, I just think is reaching for controversy or calling it like an asset flip. There's plenty of things to not like about the game. As I said, it's so far from perfect, but it's still super fun and significantly better than anything Game Freak has put out in a long, long time. So I personally am not super bothered by some of the designs being extremely derivative. I hope they don't go that direction in the future. It seems like they're actually going to be updating this game. They just released a roadmap already, and it's been less than a week, so they're already looking to keep updating the game and improving it. So I'm excited to see where it'll be by the end of the year if they keep up that energy, because I do think there's so much potential here, and it is showing that there is a lot of potential, a lot of juice left here in the Pokemon idea, the concept of creature catching, monster taming. So I've been really enjoying it. If there is big revelations about AI being used, or if it turns out that they have been copy and pasting Pokemon shit behind the scenes, obviously that would change my perception of it quite a bit. But as of right now, there's still no proof of any of that. But yeah, anyway, that's my full thoughts on the whole Palworld drama. That's about it. See ya. It's 4 a.m. and I can't sleep because the air conditioning stopped working, and since I live in Florida, it's shot up to over 80 degrees in my house right now, which is suboptimal snoozing temperatures. I'm basically taking the One Punch Man challenge, and I figured since I can't sleep, I might as well talk about something that's on my mind. You may see that I'm sweating right now, I'm feeling the heat, but that's nothing compared to the heat that all League of Legends professional players are feeling in the North American region. Now, I don't know about you, I can only speak for little old me here, but when I think of esports, the first game that pops into my noodle is League of Legends. That, for me, is the game that really popped off the esports scene and made it mainstream. Of course, I did watch MLG for Halo 2 and all of that, and of course a bit of StarCraft, but League of Legends is when I really got hooked in the space. And now, Riot Games seems beyond determined to ruin it. Like, they're doing everything they can to put the LCS in the grave, which is wild. Now, I'm about 4 years sober from League. I was highly addicted from seasons 3 to 6, roughly 7, and that was a addiction harder to kick than heroin, I imagine. But I did it. And I still do keep up because I do really still love the pro scene of it. And to see everything that's happening in the space right now is more upsetting than the intro to Pixar's Up. It's very odd to see Riot unleashing this fury from the deepest pits of hell upon the LCS. They're basically waging a war on American soil with the NA region. Now, if you do keep up with League of Legends and the esports scene, you'll probably know that North America's been a little lackluster. They're not out there with the strongest competition on Summoner's Rift at the moment. But that doesn't mean that Riot needs to fucking slap them around for some reason. Now, this is actually a very deep situation with a ton of layers to the onion, so I'm just going to show you a quick screenshot that lays out some of the basics, and then I'm going to dive in a bit deeper. But this is just a general overview of what's going on. You can pause the video here to read all of this, but I'll just give you a quick nutshell breakdown. It all started in the Challengers League, which is fundamentally where players get developed into the top tier talent. You know, this is where players get to the big stage. They go through that to try and make it to the big stage where they're competing for all the clams, all the steamed ham. And there was some requests to change things around with how that whole system works. And Riot got a little wacko mode with some of the changes they wanted to implement. And a lot of what they wanted wasn't exactly satisfactory to the LCS Player Association. So the LCSPA, the LCS Player Association, eventually had to call for a vote among the LCS players, the pro players, to stage a walkout as a form of protest because Riot was unwilling to budge or reach any kind of compromise that would be favorable to all parties. So the majority of players voted in favor of the walkout. And this lit a fire deep in the soul of Riot where they were ready to draw their swords and go to battle. They got the fucking big guns out and were ready to put the kibosh on it. They got a big attitude about this situation. They were like Ed from Ed, Edd n Eddy when he got that rock in his shoe. They were livid. So, in response to the walkout, they shook their finger. They said, no, 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 no. You are going to be obligated to field players, which means every org would then have to get substitutes to play for them. Substitutes that would be pretty much committing career suicide if they accepted the role, because they'd basically be crossing a picket line here. They'd be going against the striking players. They're going against the protest. So it's reputational suicide for anyone that would do it. It's a bad look for the orgs, and it's obviously a bad look for Riot. It's a lose, 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 lose across the board. This is a bigger losing record than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers before we got Tom Brady. This was nobody winning in this situation. But Riot was adamant, no, you will have to field players. And in order to try and make it easier, they decided to lift the requirement for the players they could field. They said it doesn't matter the player's rank, anyone can play for these teams, you just have to field them and pay them. But they said no more ranked requirement, meaning anyone of any rank could play for them. They could literally have their intern who's never touched League of Legends be their professional LCS player because Riot is forcing them to field somebody. Anybody with a fucking pulse. You could train your dog to go up and slap on your keyboard a little bit, and that would be a-okay by Riot because there were no requirements left for the substitute position. Fucking me, a gold superstar one-trick Yorick, could have been an LCS pro player this week by this new ruling because there were no fucking requirements. It's wild. Instead of trying to reach some kind of decision that's amicable with the LCSPA, they instead just said, alright, Wild West time. Absolute fucking chaos and pandemonium. We're opening Pandora's box. You all are forced to field substitute players, and we don't even fucking care if they've played the game before in their life. Doesn't matter. Just put someone out there with a heartbeat. Fuck it. And fuck you. They are just actually out here spitting in the face of all of the LCS players. It's pretty disgusting. Now, it's worth mentioning that not everyone thinks Riot is fully in the wrong for this situation, so I haven't seen Tyler One's clips on it yet, but according to this article, He seems to believe Riot actually made the right decision here with their decision to scrap the mandatory participation in the NACL. He calls them paycheck thieves and says that 90% of the players won't ever be good enough for the LCS, so it just causes the orgs to bleed money. Admittedly, I don't keep up with the NACL, any of that scene, so I can't really fully opine on just how effective it was. But according to the rest of the tweet that had the bullet points, apparently 50% of the current LCS players have been through the NACL, so it does seem like at least a lot of the talent for the LCS comes through it. But in the same tweet, it also talks about how expensive it is to field an NACL team. So there's just a lot of moving parts to this situation here. And regardless on where you stand for the effectiveness of the NACL and whether or not it should have ever been a mandatory requirement, I think everyone should be able to recognize the scummy behavior from Riot with their absolute refusal to compromise on anything. That's not uncharacteristic behavior from Riot, and I know Tyler1's had his fair share of criticisms against the company for their downright reluctance. They'll fucking stomp their feet and refuse to change anything. They just don't budge. And in this case, they're not even really negotiating with the LCSPA, and I think that is a huge problem. Again, it doesn't really matter where you stand so much on the NACL itself. The problem really does stem from Riot's complete refusal to even bother trying to reach some kind of satisfactory conclusion here. They seem far more willing to just completely wipe their hands with the LCS, just treat the LCS like a toilet seat, and just fucking wipe their ass with it like toilet paper. So the situation is developed further. They had another meeting today, and Riot Games fucking ulted. They let it all hang out. It was a base race, and Riot Games, they were well fed. They outright said that they are completely fine with just canceling the season if teams don't comply with Riot's parameters. They delayed it by 2 weeks, so they pushed it off an additional 2 weeks from right now. And if they still don't play ball with how Riot wants them to participate, they're just going to cancel the season, and that would make the LCS ineligible to be in the Worlds for 2023. Now, that's harsh. They ran it down mid with this statement here. This shit is brutal. If they don't do what Riot is asking them to do at the end of this 2-week period, they would be willing to cancel the entire summer season, and that would ruin the eligibility for the LCS to qualify for 2023 Worlds. Now, if you don't keep up with League of Legends, Worlds is the biggest stage. One of the biggest stage in all of esports, to be fair. It is huge. So, by not allowing them to qualify there because of all this, that's a huge blow. Keep in mind how expensive it is to even be an organization in the League of Legends space. The LCS is not cheap. We're talking 8 figures. It is a very expensive endeavor, and these orgs have gone all in to be there. So this kind of threat is terrifying. That could like actually just straight up ruin some orgs, like outright. Like I'm sure there are sponsors dependent on these orgs being in League, for example. So like there's a lot on the line for these orgs, whereas Riot can just kind of write it off as like a loss. Like, you know what? Whatever. We still got fucking billions here. So what? We'll take a bit of a loss on the LCS. Fuck them. They disobeyed us. They didn't listen to us. And for that, they stepped out of line. We gotta punish them. Make an example out of them to all the other major regions. Like, it's scary. And there's, of course, the LCS isn't the only region. It is a major region, but it's not the only one, of course. So I'm very curious how the other regions will respond to this, because I would feel like they should also be a little concerned with how Riot's handling this, where like if things aren't going swimmingly, Riot seems totally fine going scorched earth protocol and just lighting it all on fire, like with what they're doing with the LCS here. So I guess we'll see how the 2-week period goes. It seems like there's going to continue to be dialogue between the LCSPA and Riot Games to see if they can reach some kind of happy ending here, but as of right now, at 4 a.m., it's not looking too promising for the future of the LCS, which is just super sad. Because again, the LCS used to be a powerhouse. Like, this was the esports scene. And to see where it's at today is crazy. And to see Riot so willing to just get rid of it, like cancel the season, is crazier. And I just wanted to talk about it a little bit because it's something that I've been thinking about a lot and following closely. So that's about it. See ya. Pardon my sweaty grease. I just got back after playing pickup basketball. I was an unstoppable force of nature on the court, a three-point machine, and also my drives were second to none. I was a wheelin' and dealin', squirtin' and squealin' animal out there. But anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about. I just wanted to explain why it looks like I just took a bath in a vat of cooking oil. What I want to talk about today is E3, and even more than that, gaming conferences in general. E3 used to be the biggest name in gaming that everyone would look forward to every year. It was a huge convention that'd be held where they'd show the latest and greatest from the industry, trailers, they'd even have playable demos and everything out, all these booths set up where you get to meet people in the industry, and just a really big celebration of things, and some unforgettable moments have happened at E3, some huge announcements, and of course, who could forget the iconic time that Ubisoft brought out Mr. Coffee, who used to do this. So E3 is something that used to be beloved, but now is kind of just this fossil. Most gaming studios just hold their own conferences now where they play their trailers. You have like the State of Play for Sony, Nintendo Direct, where they talk to you like you're actually lobotomized, but they always get out all the information they want to. So it's kind of just obsolete to have E3 in the modern landscape. And even still, there is Jeff Keighley who hosts something very similar. He hosts multiple productions that are kind of similar to E3, like the Summer Games Fest, where he gets a big bunch of developers together to, you know, do world premiere trailers and stuff. And he kind of dances on the grave of E3. He has stepped in as like the savior of these kind of gaming conferences. He streams them all and he crushes it. But E3 itself just can't find its footing anymore. Most people just don't care. It was supposed to be coming back around this year for the first time since 2019, but a few hours ago they announced they're going to be canceling it yet again. And the reason for its cancellation isn't surprising, but it is pretty sad to read. They're canceling it because they said there's just not enough interest in it. And that's super true, but man, reading that just, it feels bad. Because this used to be a titan. E3, I mean, even non-gamers had heard what E3 was and probably even watched it still. It used to be so big. And obviously it went away for a while because of COVID. They couldn't have these big convention spaces to be holding E3, so that was the reason why it was gone for a couple of years. But, you know, since then, they just don't have the interest. And since there's not interest there, it makes it pretty unreasonable to try and do it anyway. That just feels even more pathetic if they were to do it and no one really cared or showed up or watched it. So I do understand it, and I just kind of wanted to talk about it a little bit because where did it all go wrong for gaming conferences? It's a question that nobody is asking because we all know the answer to it. The reason gaming conferences have kind of died out is because there's just no reason for them to exist anymore. Everyone has unlimited access to information at all times, at every hour of every day. And it's actually probably just more beneficial to just drop the trailer yourself or do it at like your main developer conferences that they all now do, like, you know, Sony with the State of Play again, for example. There's just no reason to wait for E3 to do the grand reveals because you don't really stand to gain too much from it. Back in the day you did because that was the event that everyone would watch. You couldn't really just stealth drop your trailer on, you know, E-Bomb's World or anything. You know, no one would fucking see it. So you'd wait for E3 to roll around to get people hyped, get people interested, and reveal your projects. But now, you just don't need to. It's unnecessary. It's redundant. In the emails, they said that the 2023 version simply did not garner the sustained interest necessary to execute it in a way that would showcase the size, strength, and impact of our industry, but they remain committed to the advocacy work, but it doesn't mention that they're going to undertake the show again in the future. So they don't make a mention like, all right, this year was a bit of a stinker that kind of flopped, but next year, 2024, E3's coming back with a vengeance. They didn't say anything about attempting it in the future, so maybe this really is the end of them trying E3. Who really knows? But again, E3 has kind of become like YouTube Rewind. No one really cared about it and just kind of fizzled out. In fact, YouTube Rewind went out real sad as like the most disliked video on the entire platform, and then they canceled it then. But it was something that was already kind of like on its way out in terms of public interest anyway. They continue in the email saying that it was a difficult decision because of all the effort that them and their partners put toward making the event happen, but they had to do what was right for the industry and what was right for E3. So they said, we appreciate and understand that interested companies wouldn't have playable demos ready and that resourcing challenges made being at E3 this summer an obstacle that they couldn't overcome. And for those that did commit to E3, we're sorry we can't put on any showcase you deserve and that you've come to expect from ReedPop's event expertise. So again, just shedding more light on it. They didn't have the interest, and as well as a couple other obstacles, it just didn't seem worth it for them, and I think they made the right decision canceling it. I probably would have still watched it regardless, just because of the nostalgia. It has been a long time since it's come back around, and I would have liked to see, you know, if they brought out the big guns. You know, they announced fucking GTA 7, right? Like, they go crazy. Maybe they finally show something from the new Elder Scrolls. But apparently that was not going to be the case. They also didn't have playable demos at the convention center ready or anything, so it looked like it probably would have just been a weak event if they did try. It probably was the right call not to. And I think the obvious big reason why this was never really going to work out well this year for them is because when E3 was announced, Xbox, Nintendo, and PlayStation all said, nope, we're not going. So taking the wind out of their sails immediately, and then Ubisoft apparently also said they wouldn't be going either. So they already just didn't have huge players in the industry going, so the lineup wasn't going to be strong regardless, which is just, you know, that's rough. You can't really make that work. Like I said, it really is pretty sad that no one gives a fuck about E3 anymore, because I remember how cherished the event used to be and the prestige that it used to have. So it is, you know, just a little upsetting to see where it's ended up, but it's for the best. It really is. The times have changed a lot. It just doesn't offer anything special anymore. There's no real reason for them to keep trying. Jeff Keighley's kind of put the stranglehold on big gaming conferences outside of the developers, so it's just a tough space to compete in now. And I just wanted to talk about it a little bit because I know a lot of people watching this probably also used to love watching E3, so I wanted to give you the latest from, you know, the fallen behemoth here. And that's really about it. So yeah.
Sexy as Stallone and as funny as Bill Murray. I asked for a
That's so old-fashioned, and as suave as Humphrey Bogart.
And I know how to speak Ewok now from the sheet music.
Not even George Lucas knows how to do that. He doesn't even know who Ewoks are anymore.
Have you read the comics?
No, but the movie was awful, so I didn't...
That's that same asshole that insulted our girl Brittany. He seems like a nice enough guy. Better than the other three douchebags who asked if she was just like a hooker, and one of them just said she sucks. So, that's an improvement. Yeah, baby!
Thank you for running con, or...
I'm going to the 10-year anniversary fire.
Do you like want a doggy style in the bathroom portables?
Yeah.
Maybe
Porta potties?
Yeah, let's go to the lineup. Yeah. Have you ever seen Galaxina?
Have you ever seen a vagina with no hair on it?
Sci-fi movie. If we didn't do speed dating, would you come up to me ever and speak to me?
Fuck yeah, I would.
At Comic-Con, I probably would have come up for like a picture.
Oh, yikes.
But that probably would have been it. Normally,
why would you say that?
To women, oh my god, that is awesome.
Oh my god, it's Katy Perry.
Is...
are you?
I am a super EMT, and this is going to be awesome.
That's cute as shit, man. What the fuck? Anthony's wooing me over. I don't know why I'm calling him Anthony. It's Anthony.
On both sides, this is actually...
Imagine getting CPR from him. He's just counting off memes. All your base. Belong us. Big. Chungus. Getting fucking CPR from a Redditor.
Taekwondo, which I find someone to actually love me as well as my fandom,
well,
which I can share with them.
Don't go to Geek Love speed dating looking for love. Just look to slam some ham. You're going in with way too high of expectations, Anthony.
On my bed, spice up my
to be honest, the host here.
So not what I'm used to.
Where is he?
Welcome to Sci-Fi Speed Dating. You're all gonna
this guy, Gabe Newell, stand-up comedian Gabe Newell, is actually not bad.
Awesome.
See, I love this guy. It's like Chris Farley fucked Gabe Newell, and then gave birth to a 40-year-old man again.
I actually saved someone's life and I got an award for it.
Oh! You know, I've saved over 1,000 people's lives. I can save you from your virginity.
Who is a huge fan of Lord of the Rings like I am.
Well, that's a bit of an over-exaggeration. She just said she knows what Lord of the Rings is. She lives, breathes, and sleeps Lord of the Rings like me, with a Lord of the Rings stamped condom.
We're like, wait, hurry girls, hurry. 30 seconds to
come on.
Match.
Sit in front of my boy.
25 seconds.
Sit in front of Anthony. Oh, she's just going home.
Gentlemen, if there's not
Well,
somebody sitting in front of you,
that's some
again, I
fucking garbage
apologize.
right there.
Doesn't mean it's over, 'cause in front of them, please step out now. I appreciate it. I hope you had fun.
The vast majority of the dudes there had no one in front of them. In fact, I only count 3 guys with a girl in front of them.
Even if it was just
That's
for a few
rigged.
minutes.
That is bullshit.
And maybe he just needs more than 3 minutes. I know I do.
You see, there's something oddly endearing about that guy. He's built like a fucking bowling ball, but he's got such charisma. I don't understand why Geek Love has people that come in saying, like, I want not only a wife, but a goddess. I'd like to marry a literal Amazon, or an alien, perhaps. I won't settle for just getting laid.
Over 18?
So is it a Homestuck reference, or does she just like Homestuck? I don't know fuck all about Homestuck other than the fandom being absolute degenerates back in the day.
And one day he actually went through my closet and found my costumes, and right there on the spot broke up with me and left my house like 2 seconds later.
What?
So
It's not even like a weird hobby. That's like super normie shit. Oh, is that her boyfriend?
I am
'Cause maybe, yeah, he's a little old, he wouldn't get it.
Any lady you choose, it doesn't matter. You'll have to talk to all of them.
Phantom of the Opera.
Ask, who are you supposed to be?
That was rude.
I don't like him. He scares me a little bit. I want.
Yeah, that's a scary guy.
Or maybe that would be really
Yep,
cool.
that's a man that you'd read about in the paper with 15 terabytes of child porn.
See Hitler trolled.
Kayla looks
Well, that
great in
guy's,
costume,
that's just
but
a normal man who got
I'm
caught off
surprised
guard with
somebody
C.
would do
Hitler.
something
Kayla, I just ripped hard ass. I don't know if it's the Homestuck thing just bringing up bad memories in my colon or something, but I just ripped some fat ass.
We're colliding forces on the internet,
Oh.
I don't really
Warring factions, Brony vs. Homestuck.
and I don't quite understand the whole side. I'm Pony. I got a little tattoo on my
Gaben, get in there and separate them. It's gonna be a fist fight.
And he's got the red and white shirt. He's from the same series.
Oh, nice. Is that a K-pop star?
I know.
Who you liked on your scorecards, right? No. Okay, whoever said no, leave. Who's really nervous? Raise your hand and be honest with me. Okay, cool. You got nothing to be worried about. You're gonna find the papers with the numbers on it of the people you liked.
I didn't
and
expect
on the
that.
papers of the people that you liked, you will write.
You see,
your
Gabe
first
In
name
fucking
and
kills
either your
it.
cell phone
Valve doesn't make
or
shit
your
anymore, but
email.
goddammit, Gabe In's
Run, 2, 3, go.
asexual clone here is fucking slaying at the Geek Love comedy night.
I am going like.
God, that guy's guarding the exit. Have you seen my Reddit karma?
People are done. I did, but they didn't write me.
That was a big asshole.
God, I'm gonna fart again.
I wasn't even thinking about him.
Into the microphone.
And what of the
To the microphone.
You guys want this?
Do it.
You should be halfway to meet him this time.
Was that real? That was amazing. This man doesn't have a nice bone in his body. No sportsmanship. Oh shit! Take his hand.
Wait, what the fuck is
What the
this?
fuck is this?
Is this fucking... Is this NFL?
This is like their main event. Nothing else deserved more than a 4-second trailer about this one. They're gonna steal the stage and play a live match for
This is-
a mobile game.
This is fucking awesome. They have like a heartbeat monitor up there, I think. They need it. The adrenaline's surely gonna be pumping.
And what I can say about us is that we are always trying to learn
How to
and listen
skateboard. Skate
and
forward,
strive
baby.
to be better.
Play to
Millions of you out
Remember
there
when their slogan was
participated
play
in
to
9
live?
in-game challenges.
Oh, yeah.
games, millions of hours
I
in
guess they
support
changed
of
that
Play to
one in a
Give.
hurry.
And to celebrate
I can't
that,
imagine
we
why. It was
contributed
bulletproof.
A total of 1 million.
The gods
Here it
vanished
is. Skate forward.
Yay.
and left our world in chaos, creating,
Hell,
We skateboarded too hard.
destroying
broke. The half pipes
the anthem.
set
All
ablaze.
that remains.
Kick flipped into another world.
There's a storm coming.
Tony Hawk betrayed us.
These walls can't protect us forever.
Still no gameplay, huh?
Yeah.
No such thing in Anthem. They haven't developed that part.
You know, what is the evolution of a BioWare
What is,
game?
Jesus, what
And
the
we
fuck is
wanted
that
to
kind of an
create a
operating
brand new
world?
world
Oh my god, it's like that room in the Matrix Reloaded with the architect.
do something that was
where you
know, more of
confront
a
Neo
dynamic
with all
and
those
living world. A game
screens.
that would change
Do you see
every
all the
time you came
games and
back
all the
played it.
outcomes of the
We also
games?
wanted to do something
You
where
have to make a choice,
you know,
Neo.
So that was really the initial vision
Not
of the
even
game.
logged
Not
in.
an MMO, not
Yeah, the
a
computers were all
on the side, but something new and different. And I think the team is really captured
An innovative strategy. We never turn on the computers to make our games.
The thing that's really
What is that, a
interesting about this,
subwoofer?
it's unique for
That's what that music was playing through
is
before.
a living shared world.
This looks so
whether
stupid.
there's weather or
It looks like a
nighttime,
butthole that's
Yeah,
about ready to
it
let go of
does.
cargo.
Yeah.
It looks like a
Everyone's
farting
playing
asshole in
from
slow-mo.
And they're just looping it again.
Can you speak to
Bottles.
what it's like to
Three
create a
triangles.
new world like Anthem from the beginning?
Well, what's really exciting.
Well, what inspired
for
me
us,
is I played Destiny and I
not
thought,
just the
well, I might
writers,
as well
but
do
all
that.
of-
This game has 4
to do
classes,
is
I assume. That's what
we
this
built the
means.
suits to look like they're built from the materials of the world, so they each have their own unique abilities. So let's
Built
take
from
a
the
look
materials of the
at,
world. You mean
the
metal?
Ranger now. The Ranger is
What
a
the
more
fuck else does it
general
look
idea.
like? What,
I
coral?
To,
I feel like we're watching like
do
a
lot
TED
of different
talk
things,
or something on their design choices.
Seashells?
designed for up-
Oh, we show a
pretty
little
sunken in.
gameplay.
Did I just hear the G word?
All right, so Catherine, you
Gangbang.
gonna set this up for us?
I will.
find out
So,
what happened. They just
the
said they're
group
gonna show a little
fingerprints have
gameplay,
decided
and now
to
Kathleen's
mission
shutting that shit
called
down.
Scar-
No, we're not doing that. We're not ready yet. This game is still 2 years out.
You gotta take them.
This is just an idea.
Here's
So
more-
You start
here's
being the
more
Strider,
concept
which
art.
Is like a giant walker.
Would you guys like to see my sketchbook of the game?
You have a config.
They said these bastards made some kind of ass.
No, this is in-game voices.
Yeah, this isn't the players yet. No, this is obviously 2 people on Discord.
See you guys there.
All right,
Give it
there.
up for Casey Hudson, everybody.
Thanks, Casey. Thanks for ruining Mass Effect.
And now announcing Crackdown 3, we canceled it. We just don't want any exclusives.
Zoo Tycoon 4?
Turok?
Dude, I don't think they'd open with Turok. No one's opening Turok.
I'd piss myself.
It's not. I will eat a Carolina Reaper if it's Turok.
Yep, there he is.
There!
That was quick.
Turok! I hope it's a complete departure from Life is Strange and it's a third-person shooter. It's Crackdown 3.
Yeah, it's Terry Crews.
They're about to announce it's been delayed 6 years. No, Phil Spencer. Go away. Go away.
Hi, I snuck into the crowd.
Why did he just appear like an amnesia monster?
Mystery of the ruins above ground.
I wonder how long he was standing there in the darkness. He's been there since the first trailer. Oh. Ew. Boo. Boo. This is already out, is it not?
Yeah,
it's
it's
been out in flop.
DLC. Yeah.
I'm gonna get a drink while this is boring us.
It's the best time.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a piss break as well.
I'm gonna go to sleep.
Forza Horizon 4 features dynamic seasons in a shared
Dynamic
open world.
seasons.
It has day and night, is what you're saying. Who gives a fuck about dynamic
Let me
seasons?
introduce
Who's sitting
you
there like, I'm waiting till winter to do this race?
You'll be able to go through winter, summer, and fall all in a single race. And over here is Tom Howard, who has somehow hacked the Xbox to play Skyrim.
Let's join Rebecca.
Are they just racing each other right now?
Yeah,
Like
it's
a
a
100-person
I
race.
guess. San Silvia.
No, they're looking at a wallpaper.
The sun is out, the sky is blue, the game
E3 Bill.
Good old E3 Bill.
My favorite Marvel Avenger.
Oh, they're parking. It's dynamic parking.
Oh my god, he stole Phil Spencer's jacket, shirt.
Oh, yeah, he must have shown up naked. And Phil gave him his
color
shirt.
coordinated.
Okay, the music is shit. I'm sorry.
You're not
just that
supposed to take-
Microsoft, they nailed everything else perfectly. The music right now is...
You're not supposed to take anything as seriously and just
Microsoft doesn't choose the music either.
It's
Yeah.
Phil Spencer on the DJing booth.
Yeah.
Oh, this series has been dead for
Why?
12 years now.
Why?
What?
What?
Why?
Oh.
Why?
Fuck.
2 years ago, we had no idea what to do with the Gears of War franchise, and I'm proud to announce we sold it.
Gears Pop.
Okay, are they having fun or are they on a mission? I can't tell.
The parasailing.
Obviously.
Oh no, he's being hacked!
Halo!
Oh no!
Oh, god damn it,
I'm
Todd.
proud to announce Xbox
Skyrim.
You gotta have
Watch Dogs
password.
2. Watch
Memory.
Dogs 2, probably.
Memory
Watch Dogs 2's already
overflow.
out.
I think it's a new game, honestly.
Watch
Yeah,
Dogs.
Sky high rate of violence, and more people living below
Ready
the
Player
poverty
One the
line than
game.
anywhere else.
Oh, it's Cyberpunk.
Oh, this is
Cyberpunk.
Oh fuck! Yeah.
Holy shit!
That's cool.
I'm shocked. I was fully prepared to just make fun of Microsoft the whole time when they announced like Netflix 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
Good job for all those games. Good job for just buying GitHub.
Yes, Mr. Howard. Skyrim is now available on toasters.
Shut up. Let Todd out of the cage.
Yeah, hurry up. Show me what I'm gonna hate.
Unleash the Howard.
he's got like the Hannibal Lecter suit on him.
He's got like a dog muzzle on his face and shit.
Keep him contained. He might release Skyrim on phones.
If we don't stop him, it's coming to the smart shoes. Andrew WK is fucking killing it out here, but the crowd does not give a shit.
Dude, I think Andrew WK is an incredibly talented musician. This welcome is not worthy of him.
No, absolutely not.
Oh my god, it's me and Charlie.
Song for Rage 2.
Oh, yikes.
Hi everyone, my name is Tim Willits, and I am the studio director at
My name is Magnus.
And I'm Magnus
Oh,
Leopold,
what
the game director at Adler Studios.
What a name!
Jesus Christ.
My name is 5'2".
We're here to say
What
that
cave did he thaw out of?
Is back.
Magnus like
Now, we
Bethesda.
had a
What are they doing?
Does he speak?
Being Bethesda.
Yeah.
Being Bethesda.
Hey, English!
Yeah.
So Rage 2 transports
It looks like a little boy
into
with
a
his
dystopian future,
with his father. or
devoid of
something.
society, law, and order. Well, you play as
I'm
Walker,
taking my
the
child
last
Magnus out for a walk.
ranger.
Even the mic is above the guy's head.
You know, I can talk all night about our guns.
Is Magnus
the
normal
powers
size?
You'll use, the vehicle combat.
Yeah, well,
what
you
I'm
know,
wondering.
Magnus is
the
actually
crazy,
5'7".
open world. But I
The
know
other guy is
that you
very
are
tiny.
here to see.
Andrew WK.
I could drive a tree?
I can't wait to ride the stop sign.
It's a really bad slogan. If you see it, you can drive it.
As long as it has wheels.
Yeah,
And
they
looks
should
like a car.
specify.
Why does he keep posturing to the audience?
Every time, it's
So
literally
sitting here on
please
stage, I'm
applaud.
representing
I fucking
every
love that.
amazing people
These
in
great
the
games
online
possible.
studios that I get to
Applause,
work with
baby!
every day. It's a
Woo!
great honor.
I'm taking the Undertaker down.
So
At
I go to work with
SummerSlam.
them every day, but
He's got a
And
big
I'm
fucking
Hugo
smile.
Martin, creative director on Doom Eternal.
Just want to give him a cuddle.
Yeah,
Yeah, he looks sweet.
He looks comfy. Yeah!
Oh,
smile,
that's
Hugo.
that
You
smile.
should be proud.
Oh,
Be proud of
Nobody
your
smiles.
game.
Awesome
Yeah.
new sequel to Doom.
I like how they take
You
the
want
most
even
like
more
visceral
badass
game and put
demons.
the sweetest boy on it.
There are twice as many in this game.
And now to rep Doom Eternal, a small puppy.
You want to see Hell on Earth?
Yeah,
Well,
Hugo.
We just teased it.
Oh,
But what we're most excited about is to show you something
you gotta pay me for
you
it.
might not be expecting.
That's right, including a ton of
This man's a
features we'll have to
cutie.
save for later.
Do you want to see Doom? I just showed it to you. That's like that's like in SpongeBob, where it's like, you want to see me run to the mountain?
You want to see me do it again?
Yeah.
We'd love for you to join us live in
This man's a
Dallas,
teddy
or,
bear.
of course, you
I
can
love
tune in
Hugo.
online to catch all
He's
the fun.
great.
Hugo's
But
my
until
favorite
then, we wanna
announcement.
thank everyone.
We've been so inspired by your passion and enthusiasm.
And our lack
As a
of
way
profits
showing our
that-
appreciation, we're rolling
Half
out
the
a
studio
huge
looks laid
free
off.
update for Prey
Yeah.
tonight.
We'd
next
like to
time
announce
Fire
we're the only
Prey,
two people
you're gonna
left
see
on the
3
development team.
story mode,
Please help us.
New Game Plus.
We need your help on Kickstarter.
There's gonna be a pop-up. Donate to our GoFundMe now. Oh, I thought he was gonna put it on her titty.
Yeah. What a funny
Sexual
joke,
harassment.
man.
Nobody tries to.
He just
smack me
starts
because I
squeezing her
saw
boob with the
wrench
notepad.
backstage a
Start
second ago.
slapping her back and forth.
Thank you, Ricardo.
Welcome my very good friend, Mr. Todd Howard.
Oh, here he is, Todd.
Oh, Charlie, hurry up!
He's missing out on Todd. Oh,
Charlie picked the
he's
worst.
Jesus.
Oh.
He's Jesus.
Oh, God, look at
Look
him.
at that smile.
Look at the man. Look at him.
The bad boy of gaming.
Oh. The next 30 minutes will be an uninterrupted session of Todd asking you to buy Skyrim.
Blades is coming.
You have to tap the screen
this
faster
fall
and you win.
for free.
Well, then why do you need to pre-order it if it's free? Yes,
An IP.
announce something new.
IP.
And tell you what we have coming
beyond this
Oh,
year.
thank
Yes.
God, finally.
In the future.
Yes, Starfield. I bet it's Starfield.
We have
We have
also
nothing.
been working on a brand new
We're out of ideas.
next generation. Starfield is a game that we have spent years thinking about and working on.
And we're here to announce it's canceled.
Something we feel uniquely positioned to pull off.
Better luck next
and that we're
time.
incredibly
I'm happy to
excited
say
about.
we gave up on it. We're sticking with Elder Scrolls, you fucking nerds.
We're
Todd
also
Howard
building
Outsky.
toward the game after that.
Yeah.
What does this have to do with gaming?
Just Dance. Wow, cool, dude.
Oh, is that what it is?
I think it's the reveal for Just Dance.
Well, starting off with the best possible note.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah, it's Just Dance.
It's actually Assassin's Creed.
Oh wait, oh my god, he's wearing the same jacket from the last conferences.
Oh shit, yeah.
7 months later.
Is that just
one wardrobe team in the back dressing everybody, but on a budget?
I guess so. That is the exact same shirt as Phil Spencer and Matt.
They will see it through our guys.
Why are you whispering there? They're on another ship.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna think it's just a ghost ship sailing by itself.
This island provides perfect cover for a surprise attack.
Can we sneak by?
Will they see us?
You on the horizon. Over here? Over there? What? Did I hear somebody whisper? Ah, there's the ship.
He couldn't hear anyone, so he's just fishing around. I see a ship, but there might not be anyone on it. I'm not hearing talking.
Ramming speed!
Divert all power to the shields up front.
The final shot is going to be of some mythical beast. Nope, never mind.
Nope.
Nothing. Great.
You're left with your dick in your hand.
I'm falling asleep.
Everyone's just screaming
Though we're known for our
Frodo.
film content, we're also avid gamers.
Mr. Frodo, we have to get back to the Shire. No video games there.
And my name is Benoit Free. And forge your lions.
I just want the toys, Todd Howard.
Pilots, starships, and gear. And unleash devastating
I wish Todd Howard would come out.
Yeah, what if Todd Howard's sitting in the back and noticing them bombing and just going, maybe I should go out there.
Talk about Fallout 76.
Maybe I should go out there and say something. I think I got some more Fallout in me.
The help they can get.
We need Lego bricks, stat.
Jesus Christ, this man built a Death Star.
It cost him $2,000.
Star Fox? What? I was right?
We're actually announcing Star Fox.
Yeah.
Starlink was just a cover name. Forget that shit.
This is our new original character, Fox in Space. Best game ever made.
Whoa! He was there all along!
My conference is tomorrow, but I came here to laugh.
These guys are good jokes. They make bad games.
And then they're like, how do you feel about Star Fox in the game? And he's like, you were serious? What? I thought you were kidding.
That's what I signed.
I was drunk. We were hanging out.
Look how happy he is.
Tricked me.
Are you guys enjoying this comedy show too?
What a sweet
He's
old
not
man.
happy. That's disgrace right there.
Oh, he's so happy. Look at him.
He just dumps him on the ground.
Yeah.
Just a fox's decapitated head.
He's like, I can put it with the others, and he's just got a mountain of shitty trophies people have given him for games and licensing.
Spikes it like a football on the ground.
This will go next to my 50 game awards.
Don't go back there. They're going to assassinate you and steal more of your ideas.
Gonna like
he's so good.
Force his hand to keep signing over rights for Nintendo.
Such a pure man.
Don't do it.
Up next, Sam Saran and Sea of Thieves. God, I'm gonna fart again.
I wasn't even thinking about you.
Into the microphone.
And what of the rebel?
To the microphone.
You guys want this?
Do it.
You should be halfway through this by now.
Was that real? That was amazing.
Are you sure that was wise?
Squeeze that one out.
Kaya, how did you so accurately summarize Assassin's Creed?
Tiny and insignificant at the beginning, but they can become devastating.
The preparation
Stinker.
Time they run their course.
I hope your microphone smells like shit now.
Someone clip that.
I fucking hear you move your chair back so you can bend over and get like the proper angle of ass smoke.
sequence of assassination.
You bet your ass. This is why I paid for a $400 mic.
With every goddamn penny.
Oh,
No, you have to talk into it.
And that's our opinion on Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yeah, that about sums up Assassin's Creed in a nutshell, really. Oj 18 really liked it. He immediately subbed.
That's what he's here for.
He kept going. It's like he was giving a best man speech.
Yeah.
And don't forget the bounty.
Like how they're walking through the streets of Greece, yelling, loudly talking about assassinating people.
Thanks, Varnavas.
He wants me to kill Heraclides, huh? But I don't know if that's a good idea with my secret assassin organization.
Wait, what the fuck?
Yeah, let's run away from combat. That'll be fun.
Why would you? Yeah, are you kidding? This is the worst assassin ever. Ah, confrontation. I'm going home.
They overheard me somehow. Time to run.
She left the old man there as well. The old man
fuck Socrates.
that's blind in one eye. No depth perception.
Left the partially blind man to fend for himself. Wow, this is like a cult meeting.
Yeah, really. It's a very strange venue for this.
Yeah.
Is this a wedding?
That's right, Norman.
Yeah, it's weird.
Norman Reedus and Kojima finally tying their vows.
The three
I came for the man in the straw hat playing the flute.
I don't even know who this girl is, but I feel emotionally attached. It's like, no, don't do this, Sashiko.
So is he just an urban hitchhiker, YouTuber? Exploring malls?
He's like a delivery boy or something, I don't know. He delivers the newspaper in this world.
Yeah. He's just the mailman.
News.
His job is very hard.
Everything is still fucked.
Looks like Neo.
Oh, I'd love if it was Neo.
Charlie, it's Neo.
I'm so excited.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah, that's Mr. Negative superpower. Kick them while they're down.
And look dope doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a fine stopping point. I'm not gonna watch all that gameplay and shit.
Right. Well, thanks so much for tuning in.
Bye, everyone.
Take it easy.